Hey, Melissa. Sorry, I was really busy. I had to take my lunch break late today. I can finally eat. I'm starving.
You must have been much busier than usual then.
You have no idea. I'm exhausted already. But I was really looking forward to eating this lunch. Thanks for making it for me.
No problem. I'll be making you lunch every day from now on. I hope it can help you feel even a little bit better at work.
You know what? I still find it kind of hard to believe that we really got married.
What is this all of a sudden?
I don't know. I guess it's just these little domestic kind of exchanges that make it really sink in.
I kind of know what you mean. It really does feel like a conversation between a husband and a wife.
The wedding was only just recently, and I still have a lingering feeling as though I'm still at the ceremony.
It was a wonderful ceremony, wasn't it? Both of our parents were completely in tears.
I think my parents are really thankful and have high hopes for our future together. That's why they were crying so much.
What do you mean by that? I haven't really done anything for them to be grateful to me for.
I'm guessing it's mainly for that time the company I worked at went bankrupt and shut down. I lost my job and I've really lost my way in life at the moment, but it helped me find a job and set myself straight again. On top of that, I really enjoy the work I'm doing now. I'm really happy I was able to get this job.
It's not that big of a deal, though. The company that one of my relatives runs was short on staff, so I was able to recommend you for a position.
It's not just that either. You accepted me even though you know that I can't have kids. I think they were really scared that I wouldn't be able to get married or find anyone because of that. I mean, if you had told me that you didn't want to get married after I told you that, I couldn't even have blamed you. I would have understood completely. But is it really okay that you won't be able to have a child?
I already knew that before we got married, so let's stop talking about this. And if we don't have kids, then that's just more money for us to use to do things that we love. There's always a positive way to look at every situation. Look for the silver lining.
I guess, but I still can't shake some of the anxiety. You might be okay with it now, but what happens if later down the line you realize that you really did want kids after all?
In that case, we could always look to adopt or become foster parents. Although, people say you shouldn't use adoption centers just if you yourself want kids. It should be for the kids' sake. But maybe if we're okay financially, it might not be a bad way to have a family of our own.
So basically, there could be lots of options for us in the future.
The world we live in now is diverse and almost anything is possible. Besides, it's not like the two of us decided to get married just to have a kid, is it?
Thank you. You have such a big heart. That makes me feel much better.
No need to exaggerate.
I really lost a bit of confidence and became anxious once I found out about my infertility. But if you're okay with being with me as I am, then I'm not going to look down on myself anymore. The issue can end here.
That's good to hear, but I didn't really do anything special. I just fell in love with you and then we got married. That's it.
I'm really lucky to have been able to marry you. I can't wait for our future together. 1 year later.
Hey, do you want to come shopping with me tomorrow? It's your day off, right?
Sorry, I can't. I got called into work tomorrow. What about going next week?
I don't know if I can go next week. I think tomorrow is the only day that really works for me.
Is there something in particular that you wanted to buy?
I wanted to look for a wedding gift for Allison. She's having a wedding party for all of us instead of a ceremony, remember? I wanted to make sure I got a gift and was ready to give it to her by that day.
Oh, that's right.
You'll be able to make it with me to the party though, right?
Of course I will. Some other people I know are going there too. But if it's for Allison, we better make sure to get her a nice gift.
You know how we all went to the same high school, right? Were you ever in the same class?
No, never. But we still saw each other in the halls and events and the like. I just know her face. I don't think we ever spoke while we were at school.
So you guys only started speaking after we started dating? That means since the reunion.
I guess so. In high school, I never thought that we would ever end up together. I mean, we also never spoke while we were at high school, right?
No, we didn't. Even at the high school reunion, I honestly had a hard time remembering your name and your face.
I guess I never made much of an impression then. To be fair, I didn't remember you very well either.
You remembered Allison better, didn't you? I mean, she has always been really pretty and stands out wherever she goes.
She's super intense in lots of different ways. You guys are old childhood friends, aren't you?
Yeah, we've known each other since kindergarten.
Well, that's a long time.
It really, really is. But I don't think we would have been friends if we hadn't known each other since then. Our personalities are totally different after all.
Yeah, she seems like she acts like a little princess.
You see, her father is the owner of a pretty big restaurant chain. When we first became friends, it was still a pretty small business, but it's gotten pretty big since then. Plus, her fiancé is also super rich.
What does he do?
He's a lawyer. But his father also apparently owns a bunch of properties and stocks, too.
I guess money really does attract more money. I know she's your friend, but to be honest, I've never really been sure how I feel about Allison. Ever since high school.
Not sure in what way? As in her personality?
I mean, she's pretty selfish, right? I remember that whenever there was any trouble or fuss at school, she was sure to be the cause of it. I'd always think how spoiled she must have been growing up to act like that. Don't get me wrong, though, it's not like I hate her or anything.
I definitely can't deny that she can be selfish sometimes. But she really is a good person deep down. She'll do anything when it comes to her friends. There's a real strong sense of loyalty that she feels for them.
Oh, really? I wouldn't have expected that. What I'm really surprised is that she's not having a full wedding ceremony. I would have expected her to throw a crazy, extravagant one. But then she decided just to have a small party instead.
Well, she did have a wedding ceremony, but it was for family only. It was in Hawaii.
Ah, I see. At a location wedding. I guess that's how rich people do things.
Her husband is from Hawaii, so most of his family is there. That's why they decided to just have a small party for friends on the mainland. Apparently, the party is still costing them a whole lot of money, though.
Really? Just for the party?
I think even just the rent for the hall is already super expensive. It's right by the sea, so it must have been pricey. It's kind of lucky for us, though, that they did a family one in Hawaii and then one for us here. We would have had a tough time being able to pay for a trip all the way out there just for a wedding.
You're right. Vacation weddings are really nice, but are quite difficult for the guests. I guess even rich people can be thoughtful of others sometimes.
Especially Allison. I'm looking forward to it, though. I wonder what kind of party it'll be.
A few days later.
Hey, Melissa, how could you?
Allison! What do you mean? What's going on?
Don't play dumb. When did you have a kid? Why didn't you tell me when you were pregnant? You told me that you don't even want kids in the first place, and then you go and have a kid without saying anything?
Allison, what? I really don't know what you're getting at.
I'm talking about your baby. I know that we've both been really busy and haven't even had time to see each other since you got married, but does that mean you just forgot about me? You should have told me. We could at least have celebrated the birth together.
Allison, I don't have a kid. Where did you even get this from?
Don't even try to lie to me. It won't work. Why did you keep it a secret? I'm seriously upset about this.
I'm not lying or trying to trick you here. I honestly don't have a kid. If you don't believe me, go ahead and call my parents and ask them. You have their number, right?
If you don't have a kid, then whose baby was it that I saw?
What baby are you talking about? I've got no idea what's going on here.
I just saw John a little while ago. He just stepped out of the hospital.
What? John was at the hospital?
Yeah, and he was holding a baby in his arms. I figured you guys had gone in for a checkup. It looked like he was just waiting for you outside.
I didn't go there today. I was nowhere near the hospital. I went out shopping on my own this morning and was doing that all day. I wasn't ever pregnant either. I mean, I can't get pregnant.
What do you mean you can't?
This is just between you and me, okay? But John is infertile. We can't have kids. That's why I told you that I don't want to have kids before. The real reason is that we can't.
Oh, really? I didn't even think that may have been the case.
Well, it's not like we wanted to go around telling everyone the real reason for it, you know? That's why we just tell everyone that we don't plan on having kids. It makes it much easier.
Then what was John doing there?
I don't know, but John said that he had work today. Are you sure you didn't make a mistake?
No, it was definitely him. There's no way I'd have made a mistake. I mean, I've met and spoken to him so many times at this point.
But I don't have a kid, and I wasn't ever pregnant. It couldn't be him. But if you're sure it was really him, then what on earth was he doing there?
Does John have any siblings? Maybe he was looking after one of their kids.
He does have an older brother, but I've never heard anything about his wife being pregnant. Besides, he told me that he got called into work today. Why would he lie about that?
I don't know, that's weird. Like, if he was just looking after a friend's or relative's kid, then there'd be no reason to lie to you about going to work.
Allison, did you talk to John?
No, I was actually in the car and just stopped at the lights outside when I saw him. So I didn't really have the chance to say anything to him.
But you said that it looked like he was waiting for somebody to come out, right? There wasn't anybody with him?
Yeah, he was outside by himself with the baby. But he seemed as though he was looking at the door of the hospital and waiting for someone to come. Plus, he had a woman's bag in his arms too. So he definitely came with somebody else, not alone.
I wonder who it could be.
Sorry to say this, Melissa, but do you think he could be having an affair? Then the baby might be a child he had with his lover?
That can't be it. In the first place, he can't have kids at all.
But wouldn't that make the most sense given the situation? Usually if men are going to lie like this, it's because they're cheating.
But him having a love child? I can't even imagine that to be true.
If it's the truth, though, he really betrayed you. There's no way I could forgive him for that. I'm pulled over on the side of the road because I wanted to message you. But do you want me to go back to where he was? I can go and catch him red-handed.
Wait, don't do that. If he really is cheating, I want to have solid proof of it. Could you just go back and try to get a photo of him with whoever he was waiting for? And then based on that, I'll decide what to do.
Of course I can do that. Just leave it to me. I'm not letting him get away with anything if he cheated on you.
3 weeks later.
Hey, John, where did you go? You disappeared in the middle of Allison's party.
What the hell is going on? Why did she say go and say that out of nowhere?
You mean about you cheating on me?
That's just a misunderstanding.
It really took me by surprise. I never expected you to be cheating on me with someone so close to us. I mean, you, me, and Allison have all known Sophie since high school. She's even close enough to be invited to Allison's wedding party.
I'm telling you that I'm not having an affair. It's not like that.
You saw the photo that Allison showed everyone, though. It's a photo of the two of you together.
Where did you even get your hands on something like that?
Allison just happened to see the two of you somewhere and contacted me straight away.
How could you go about blurting things out like that in front of so many people? Your parents are in that crowd, you know.
Allison and I have known each other for so long, she's basically part of the family. Of course my parents would be there to celebrate our marriage.
So you purposely just wanted to shame me in front of your parents?
Yeah, basically. But that was pretty low of you to run out of the party but leave Sophie here all alone. She started shaking so hard she had to be taken to a different room. My entire family were really about to give her a piece of their mind.
Anyone would want to run away in that kind of situation. Literally everyone at the party was staring at me.
But you running away is an admission of guilt. My dad is on the phone to your parents right now to tell them everything.
Wait a second, don't get my parents involved in this.
John, I'm going to be straight with you. Everything that's going to happen to you from now is what you deserve. You brought it on yourself. You're not just going to get away with hurting my best friend like that.
Is this Allison?
How about you come back to the party and you and Sophie can get on your knees and beg for forgiveness?
It's your fault things have gotten so messed up right now. Are you crazy doing something like this?
You're just reaping what you saw. Don't blame other people for the results of your action.
Don't you realize that it could be your fault that our marriage falls apart? Didn't you think about that before you pulled the stunt?
All I did was reveal the truth. If that's going to ruin your marriage...
Shut the hell up, you've ruined everything! I'm not gonna let you get away with this.
Then so be it. And what exactly can you do?
I'm gonna make you regret this for the rest of your life. I'd watch my back at night if I were you. You're not gonna look so pretty once I'm done with you.
Oh no, I'm too scared. Are you trying to intimidate me? I'll file a criminal complaint against you then.
What? I haven't committed a crime.
You remember how my husband is a lawyer? Well, he's right next to me reading your messages. And he said that what you said just before qualifies as criminal intimidation.
Are you kidding me? This isn't something to get the police involved over.
That's for me to decide. I'm the victim in this situation after all.
Stop exaggerating. You don't need to go to the police.
Well, we can settle this privately out of court if you want. You'll still have to pay a settlement fee, though. I have the money to hire the best lawyers available. So you want to get into it with me? You better be prepared for complaint ruin.
This is Melissa again. You're a real idiot for trying to make Allison into an enemy like that. Once she gets worked up, she doesn't listen to anyone.
Melissa, please, calm her down for me. She's getting way too worked up over this.
Allison is fine, but I wouldn't rile her up anymore if I were you. She will do whatever she said and clean you out completely if she feels like it. The more aggressive you get with her, the worse it'll be for you in the end.
Just have her leave it alone. I'll tell you the truth, okay? It's true I was cheating on you with Sophie, but I also lied about not being able to have kids. Sophie and I have been seeing each other for the last 2 years or so.
So, that baby really is yours then? Why would you lie about that?
Because I only wanted to have a cute child.
What is that supposed to mean?
Sophie has a pretty face, so I wanted to have a child with her. Honestly, if I have a child with you, I didn't think they would turn out very good looking. So I decided to lie about not being able to have children. But on the other hand, you have a better job and make more money than Sophie, so I figured I would marry you.
So you just didn't want to have a kid with an ugly woman like me? Who do you think you are?
I didn't say you were ugly.
You better come back here right now. If not, I'll ask your parents to come instead. What was that you said about looking forward to our happy future together? You're the one who has made it the complete opposite.
After that.
After that, John came back to the party because he was really against having his parents come and getting involved directly. When he walked into the room, everyone present burst into yells and jeering. It was like a storm. My father grabbed him by his shirt and hauled him off to another room away from everyone. There, John and Sophie groveled for forgiveness in front of him. A few days later, John had to pay Allison a sizable sum of money as a private settlement for what he said to her. Of course he was against it, but decided that it'd be going to criminal court and being charged with threatening bodily harm. John later lost his job that he enjoyed so much that I referred him to. The owner of the company is a relative of mine after all, and decided to get rid of John after hearing what he had done. Although his life was falling apart because of his own actions, John decided to marry Sophie against his parents' wishes. Because of that, they refused to talk to him ever again and severed all ties with him. However, having lost his job, John wasn't doing so well financially, and Sophie couldn't stand their poor lifestyle and disappeared, leaving the baby behind. There was no way that John would be able to properly raise the child on his own under his current circumstances. In the end, his older brother and wife took in the baby and decided to look after the child as their own. John cut ties and contact with all of his friends and acquaintances and disappeared somewhere. Nobody has heard from him since. On the other hand, I'm enjoying my life on my own again. Deep down, I'm glad that this whole thing was revealed quite early and I didn't have to live with John for that long. Of course, Allison and I are still best friends, even now.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.
Hello? Where the hell are you, Lisa? I told you to have dinner ready today. Where's my food?
Oh, sorry, Mom. I'm at Grandma's working on my homework.
What? You are at that old hack's house again?
Sorry, you said you'd be late, so I thought I still had time.
Oh, so you're saying it's my fault? Like I'm supposed to tell you my each and every move?
No, that's not what I meant. Sorry.
God, you're so annoying. Whatever, just get your ass back in here and cook something. Taylor will be back soon, so make that for two.
Okay.
Every time you're at that old hack's shack, I lose at the casino, you know? I swear this is on you two, so stop going there.
What do you mean it's on us?
The woman is loved by bad luck. You can smell it on her. Your stepfather and I are trying real hard to win for us so that we can put food on the table, but her bad luck keeps getting in the way.
But wait, Grandma shares her food with us all the time. She's very kind.
Ugh, that old stinking food. She needs to stop giving us something we haven't asked for. I mean, unless it's cash. You should really get a job too and quit wasting your time at her stink hole.
My school has strict rules about students having a part-time job. I could get kicked out if they find out.
Then they won't find out, will they? And who cares if you do get kicked out? We weren't even planning for you to go to high school in the first place.
But they gave me a scholarship for me to join. I don't want to waste it.
Excuse me? What are all these buts? Are you talking back to me? To your mother?
Sorry.
I do not give a damn if you get kicked out. Just get a job. Am I clear?
Yes.
In fact, it might be even better if your school finds out. That way you can work day and night. Start looking as soon as you get back.
Okay.
Just so you know, it's the child's responsibility to look after their parents so that they can have an easier life. Appreciate that I even had told you. You owe me, so you better pay me back. Lisa, you're on lunch break right now.
Yes, I am. What's up?
The old woman is dead.
What? Grandma?
Yeah, her. Apparently she slipped and fell down the stairs yesterday. Your uncle happened to be there and took her to the hospital. She died this morning. To think of it, there were a bunch of calls that I didn't pick up last night. It must have been that.
I don't believe it. She was doing so well when I saw her the other day.
What, you think I'm lying to you? I have a life, you know. Anyway, I had to talk with Taylor. We want you to move to the old hack stinkhole.
What? To Grandma's house?
Taylor and I have been fighting quite a bit lately, you know. It's because we're officially a family now. We don't want to get a divorce, but want you to go back to the way things were before, and we realize that you are in the way of doing so.
Huh?
You're such a cramp in our relationship. We need quality time together, just the two of us.
Wait. I am only in high school. How am I supposed to live on my own?
It's fine. You're the smartest kid in the school, right? That smarty pants attitude of yours always annoyed me. You think you're better than us, don't you?
I've never thought that. Mom, I'm sorry if I annoyed you. Please reconsider.
No way. The decision is already made. The house is apparently your uncle's, so on paper it'll appear that you're living with him. You're on your own now. Good luck.
No, wait. This is too sudden. Please, Mom, don't leave me.
I told you before, it's the child's responsibility to look after their parents so that they can have an easier life. Don't you see? As long as you leave, I will be happy again. Pretty please, Lisa, make your mommy and daddy happy. You're being dramatic anyway. We live nearby. It's not like we're saying goodbye forever.
Okay.
Good girl.
We're thinking of having a renovation since there will be a room open now. It'll make our life so much better. It's like a new beginning. Isn't this exciting for everyone? I'll leave your stuff outside the house, so come pick it up. If you don't come today, I'll throw everything away. Stay away and don't contact me anymore. Bye.
Grandma, I'm here at your place again. This house is so cold when you're not around. Guess what? Mom and Dad kicked me out. They want me to live here on my own. I'd be so happy to live here if you were around. I'm so sorry I couldn't come see you at the hospital. You were hanging in there, waiting for me, weren't you? I love you, Grandma. I wish I could see you. I miss you.
You must be Lisa.
Huh?
Sorry for the sudden message. I wanted to let you know what really happened to your grandmother.
Hold on. Who is this?
I'm sorry if I scared you. I'm your grandmother's brother, Frank.
What? Grandma's brother? It's nice to speak to you.
We've actually met before, when you were very young. You probably don't remember. My sister's told me a lot about you. I have her phone and noticed that you were sending her messages.
Oh, sorry about that. I knew she wouldn't be able to see them, but I miss her so much. Especially because I didn't even get to see her yesterday.
That's alright. I'm sure my sister is grateful for you. Thank you. Listen, I don't mean to be nosy, but I saw your messages. You're at her house now, yes?
Oh, yes, I am.
What happened? Your mother hasn't said anything to me about you being there.
She hasn't? She said that I'm living with you, at least by paper. Sorry.
No. It's not for you to apologize. Your parents better not be forcing you to live on your own, are they?
They are. They said I am in their way. Too want to live without me.
You're too young to live on your own. It's too dangerous. I will speak to your mother right away. Stay put.
It's okay. Please don't.
Why?
Even if you talk to them and I go back, I know my parents will take it harder on me than before. And I feel like Grandma's watching over me here. It's better for me here. So please don't call my mother.
I don't know, dear. I really should.
When my mom first told me to live on my own, I thought it was impossible too. But if I stayed with my parents, my mom would make me work like a slave. She will yell at me if I make a small mistake doing chores. Instead, I can live here by myself and spend time studying. I don't know if I can, but I want to go to college. I'll work and somehow figure out a way to pay for everything. So please, let me stay here.
Even so, I can't agree for you to live alone. It's too dangerous. Let me think of something. By the way, though, there's no need for you to work.
Why?
My sister asked me to look after her savings for you. There's $200,000 in there.
200,000?
Yes.
Wait, what?
She never told you? My sister saved money for you ever since you were born.
What? For me?
Yes. She would go out sometimes to work to make money for you. I told her she was getting a bit too old for that, but she never listened. She saved most of what she earned for you. All under your name, since the month you were born. I thought she would have told you by now.
I had no idea. I didn't know anything.
Maybe my sister continued to save money so that you don't have to worry about paying for college. I just checked that her last deposit was made 2 days ago. Is that when you last saw her?
Yes, it is. It had been so long since I last saw her, but I became busy after starting a part-time job. 2 days ago, I was finally able to see her.
She must have been so happy to see you. My sister usually made deposits at the end of the month, but 2 days ago, she made it mid-month, and the amount was also off. She must have felt that she needed to do something for you right away after seeing you.
Oh, Grandma, I miss her. I wish I could spend more time with her. I should have lived here with her.
She's resting at the funeral home now. Her funeral will be held in a couple of days, so you still have time to see her. It's a bit far from where you are by foot, though.
I'm coming. In fact, can I come over now? I want to see her right away.
Yes, that's fine. Come on over. Once you're here, let's also talk about how you're going to live from now on. Usually the parents should be present for this kind of talk, but they won't answer my calls or answer the door if I visit. If they keep ignoring, it must mean that we can decide without them.
Uncle Frank,
Yes?
can you please hold on to the savings?
Why?
Grandma worked so hard to save it for me. It's too precious. I'd be terrified to manage such a big amount on my own. I want to use it right, at the right time. Until then, can you please hold on to it?
Okay, if that's the case, I will take responsibility and take good care of your money. You're a smart, good young lady, Lisa, just as my sister told me.
Thank you. I didn't realize how devoted Grandma was for me. Or that she thought of me that way. It makes me happy. I'm a very lucky girl. I'm so glad she was my grandma.
She must have been so happy to have you as her grandchild, too. She was always talking about how wonderful you are. Lisa, as her brother, I'm very thankful for you.
Hey, Uncle, you have a minute?
Wow, Kendall, what do you want from me? I didn't even see you at your own mother's ceremony.
Ugh, she's so annoying. Tell me what to do. She was so against me marrying Taylor, I won't forgive her for that. I was actually going to show up, but then Taylor was completely hungover and I couldn't wake up, so I ended up falling asleep with him again. But hey, I made it to the gathering, so don't be so hard on me.
You only came to the gathering for the food. It's unbelievable. You have dishonored my sister. Everyone knew you weren't there to celebrate your mother's life. Don't you realize how much of a fool you've made for yourself?
Honestly, I've never given a damn about how people see me. Anyway, I overheard something at the gathering. Is it true that Mom had saved thousands of cash for Lisa?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't be so shy. I heard people talking about it, and you're Lisa's guardian right now. You're way too nice to agree to take care of that drag.
A drag? Cut it out, now! You have put her through enough!
She's my child. She can go through as much as it takes to make my life easier. It's not like I had it easy with my mom. She was so hard on me too. I also went through a lot of pain when I had Lisa, so she can pay me back. Anyways, I want Lisa back.
What?
I want to see her. I'm missing her because we've been apart. I searched for her when I was leaving the gathering, but couldn't find her.
You are rotten. I know you're only after her money.
No, that's not why. But it is dangerous for a child to have that kind of money. It's the parents' job to take care of things like that, right?
You kicked her out, and now you want to act like a parent? Don't contact me ever again. If you come to our house, I will call the police.
And who are you? You're not her parent. You should know that I was being nice to even ask.
What?
Lisa will choose me and Taylor over you. I have brought her up that way. If I ask her to live with us again, she would come back in an instant. So to save your feelings, you should tell her to move back yourself.
Who do you think your daughter is? You're the worst. I don't believe that she would want to live with you. Not no more.
You don't understand her any bit, do you? Whatever. I will talk to her directly. Don't think you can act like her guardian forever. Lisa, are you okay? I miss you so much. I regret that I ever let you go. Lisa, I'm so sorry. Why don't you come back and live with us again?
Absolutely not.
Huh?
I was watching your conversation with Uncle Frank. You and Dad are so gross. I finally get it.
Wait, what's the matter, Lisa?
I actually thought that I might want to live with you again if I saw you at Grandma's funeral. And if I did, how sorry I would be to Uncle Frank after agreeing to take care of me. But neither of you showed up to the ceremony or the burial. You two only came to gathering for the food.
No, that's not true.
We had something that couldn't be missed. It was a good thing you didn't show up. Everyone there actually cared and loved Grandma. Everyone was truly saddened by her passing. So you would have been welcomed. And it also made me realize I hate both of you. I absolutely refuse to live with you. I never want to see your face again.
Lisa, you don't think you're allowed to speak to me like that, do you? Stop messing with me. I will go to your school and tell them you have a part-time job. They might kick you out for breaking the rule. Is this what you want?
Go ahead. Teachers know.
What?
I work things out with the school. Turns out they can approve students from having a part-time job under unavoidable circumstances. Since I'm an honor student, they didn't think it was a good idea at first. But the environment you put me in was enough for the school to see that I was under unavoidable circumstances. So they already know I won't get kicked out.
You're pissing me off. Who the hell do you think you are giving me that attitude? Just give me what the old hag left you already.
Oh, so the truth comes out. It's too bad I don't have it.
What?
It's in the hands of someone I trust, to keep it safe from your evil hands. Why the hell do you think you can have it? You don't know how hard Grandma worked for me. I will only use it on something Grandma would be proud of. That means you will not touch a penny.
Bastard. What the hell? Why does everyone think they're smarter? Have you forgotten that I'm your mother? That I brought you to this world? I have told you so many times.
That it's the child's responsibility to look after the parents, right? But did you ever do that job for Grandma? I don't think so. So I will not do anything for you anymore. See? You have led by good example. Don't contact me anymore. Blocking you now.
No, wait, Lisa.
You said you're renovating the house, right? Such a shame that you will continue to have an unchanged, miserable life despite the pretty interior. But hey, have fun! Enjoy your happy new beginning with Dad. Uncle Frank! I got accepted! I'm going to college!
Oh my god! Congratulations! I'm so proud of you! I knew you would! You worked so hard, Lisa. Okay, we're having steak. Let's go eat steak for dinner tonight!
Yes, please! But that means I'll have to move out and start a life on my own. I'm worried.
What do you mean? You'll be fine.
Not about me.
What, me?
Yes, you have that condition of yours.
I'm old. Anyone my age would have some sort of condition. Also, I've lived on my own for a very long time. There's no need to worry about me.
Won't you miss me?
Of course, I'll miss you very much. But that's different from being lonely. If you ever miss home, you can come back anytime you want. I will always be there for you.
Yes, I know. Thank you, Uncle Frank.
No, thank you, my dear. Anyway, get back here soon. Let's stop by the cemetery and let your grandma know about the big news.
Yep, I bought her favorite cookie.
Oh, she would be so happy. And she would be so proud of you. We should have a party. Drink and eat all you want tonight.
Uncle Frank, I'm still underage, you know. A couple of days after my grandmother's funeral, my mom was arrested by the police. She couldn't figure out any other way but to break into our house. Assuming she would do something stupid, Uncle Frank had set security cameras, so it didn't take long to find out who broke into the house. Since Uncle Frank had kept the bank card safe, nothing was stolen. But Uncle Frank had enough. He ended up suing my mom for the damages. They had made a settlement, but the amount was still too big for my parents. It was enough for my stepfather to quit gambling, though. Since he didn't work, I heard that my mom was working day and night. Someone told me she looks nothing like before. I'm sure she realized by now that she should have kicked him out instead of her daughter. The money that my grandmother had saved for me will be spent for my college tuition and my homecoming dress. She always said I look good in red, so I chose the red dress. It feels just as if she had bought the dress for me. I was not loved by my parents, but I see now that I was always loved by my grandmother. Thank you, Grandma. I love you.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.
Francesca! Did you get the wedding invite from my daughter yet? It should have arrived in the mail.
Good morning, Gladys. Yep, Becky's invite came this morning. 2 months on Saturday, right?
Have you seen the venue? I bet you were surprised when you found out she's getting hitched at a hotel of that caliber, right? Right?
Yeah, I gotta admit, I wasn't expecting that. I heard a few celebrities got married there recently. I even read that it's the King of Saudi Arabia stays there when he comes to the States. I thought I was misreading it at first.
That's right! Isn't it amazing?
It really is. I can't wait to see what the ceremony's like.
My Becky outdid herself this time. She really is incredible. I always knew she ended up bagging herself a rich, high-spec guy. We're finally moving into the upper echelon of society, my dear.
And this wedding is where our ascent begins. We're going to the moon, baby! I couldn't be more proud of my amazing daughter. Her big brother might have failed miserably, but she more than makes up for it.
Failed miserably? Just to clarify, you're talking about my husband, aren't you?
Of course. Sean's my only son. Who else would I be talking about?
Right, I thought so.
I still have no idea why he married someone like you. I've been racking my brains over it since the day I met you. And I've accepted that I'll probably never understand. Love makes people do the craziest things.
Lovely. Thanks for that.
It's such a waste to think he graduated from one of the most prestigious colleges in America and works for a major global company. But the best wife he could find was a broke loser raised by a single mum. It breaks my heart. It really does. It's obvious you were only ever after his money.
You couldn't be more wrong, Gladys. I love Sean for who he is. I'd still be his wife if he worked at Walmart. The money is incidental. I'm sure Becky feels the same about her husband, too.
I wonder. You may be too wet behind the ears to have realized this, but women tend to be more calculating than men. Not that it's wrong for money to be a priority when choosing a partner. That's not a gender thing. It's a human thing. And it's good common sense in my eyes. But please, Francesca, you can't be serious when you said you would have still married my Sean if he worked at Walmart? Oh, the embarrassment!
Yes, I would.
Perhaps that wasn't the best question to ask you. You can say whatever you like. Now you already have your grummy mitts on the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. It doesn't matter, though. I know your true colors, whether you admit to them or not. In any case, I don't acknowledge you as my son's wife, and no children you bear will be part of this family. You're the cursed spawn of a single mother, and we don't need dirty poor people blood tainting our proud lineage. You do well to remember that, Francesca.
Yes, I know, Gladys. You remind me almost every day. But what's wrong with being raised by a single mom? I know tons of great people who grew up without one of their parents.
Everyone knows people raised by single mums are bad. Vulgar, crude people. And it's best to stay away from them and their ilk whenever possible. Now, I understand we are where we are, and that you can't help it. But you could at least go to the effort of not looking like you were dragged up from the gutter. You look more like you belong in a sleeping bag on the street than in Holy Communion with my son. And don't even get me started on your unfortunate face. Your features scream poverty from a mile off. My family, on the other hand, our faces give off an air of refinement and sophistication. Anyone would think we were aristocrats from the way we look. You're a filthy peasant at the genetic level. I almost feel sorry for you. Imagine being cursed with that face not even a broke single mother could love. People probably cross the road when they see you coming because they think they're about to get robbed or catch malaria.
That's enough. Stop talking about my mom.
Oh dear, is someone angry? Do forgive me, I didn't mean anything by it, darling. You know how me and you love to tease each other. Still though, no kids after 3 years of marriage?
Forgive me if this is inappropriate, but is there any chance my son's fed up of looking at your brute face every day?
Gladys, this level of rudeness is totally uncalled for. Please, stop.
Oh, don't be so dramatic, dear. I told you I don't mean anything by it. It's just a bit of playful teasing. It's true, though, isn't it? Can he even bring himself to look at you anymore? Take a chill pill. Careful, dear. All that stress will make you even uglier.
Sorry, I have to go. I'm on my way to your mom-in-law's house now.
Ah, yes, of course. You're due to see the old hag today. Be a darling and say hi to the old hag from me, would you? That is, if she hasn't kicked the bucket and started decomposing already. Oh, I'm counting on you to change your diapers, dear.
Gladys, it's about your mom-in-law. It doesn't look like she's gonna be able to make it to Becky's wedding.
Oh, really? Why not? Is she too embarrassed to be seen in public with her urine bag?
Jesus, Gladys, was there any need for that?
I'm pleased, though. It'll be a nicer day for everyone without that loudmouth interfering old hag there to bother us. Her body might be falling to pieces, but unfortunately, her mind is still sharp enough for her to be as irritating as ever. She's constantly on my case about something. I prefer to keep our meetings to a bare minimum.
She's done so much for you, Gladys. How can you speak about her like this? Why is it so hard to show some respect?
She's done so much for me, has she? Please, don't make me laugh. All she does is send me money. It's hardly like she goes out of her way. She'll be lucky if she even lives another 2 weeks. What use is that money to her? It's only right that I get it. I'm fit and healthy and can put it to far better use than she can.
This is your husband's mother we're talking about here. What's your point? Should I prostrate myself before her and thank for existing?
My husband's dead. Why should I still have anything to do with her? She should be in a home already. Why, oh, why was she so insistent she had to live on her own in that apartment block for old people? I swear my phone rings every 5 minutes with something. Please, will you come see me? I ran out of food. My potty's full. I'm sick and tired of her, and the sooner she kicks the bucket, the better.
But you don't even visit her. I'm the only one who ever goes.
I used to go before you did. Besides, it's your duty as my son's wife to look after my decrepit mother-in-law. I just know you're not complaining about fulfilling your duties to this family. You wouldn't do that, would you?
No, Iris is lovely to me, and I'm happy to help her.
Fantastic! Then keep doing it and stop talking back to me. I'm in a good mood today, so I'll let it slide. But back in my day, a wife wouldn't be stripped butt naked and forced to sleep in the yard for giving her mother-in-law attitude like this. Oh yes, I almost forgot. I do hope you're constantly reminding her how worried and concerned I am for her well-being. We don't want me getting written out of the will now, do we?
Yes, I tell her.
Anyway, enough of this drivel. Let's talk about something important. So about Becky's wedding. What will you be wearing?
I was thinking of wearing my dress suit.
Surely not the same one you wore to my cousin's wedding.
Yes, that one.
You silly girl. We're moving up in the world now. You can't wear that shabby pile of rags to this wedding. I advise you throw it in the trash where it belongs and get a hold of something respectable. Besides, it's a wedding, not a freaking business meeting. A woman your age should be wearing a proper dress.
A dress? Okay, got it. I'll arrange something before the wedding.
I imagine you'll probably rent something. But you better not show up wearing any cheap crap! We have a reputation to uphold. Trust me that people at this wedding know cheap when they see it, as do I, obviously. I'll never forgive you if you embarrass us. If you do rent, make it something expensive. Can you imagine the shame if my son's daughter showed up in a cheap pile of rags? We'll never live it down. Do not embarrass my daughter on the most important day of her life.
I won't.
It's easy enough to say that, but I mean it. You better not disappoint me, Francesca. You have the dress sense of a Nigerian tribesman, so I can't help but worry you'll come in something ridiculous.
Relax, Gladys. I'll look the part. I promise. The last thing I want to do is embarrass Becky on her wedding day.
I suppose I'll just have to take your word for it. To be honest, I'd much rather you didn't come to my daughter's wedding at all. But she insisted on having you there. You're lucky. She's a lot more tolerant towards poor people than I am.
Right. Becky's great. She's always been kind to me.
Her husband's family are of excellent prodigy, too. They have records of their ancestry going back to medieval Europe. They even have a coat of arms. Does your family have a coat of arms? What am I saying? Of course it doesn't. Anyway, I digress. Don't let us down, Francesca. If you show up in something cheap and tacky, I can assure you, you'll be the first taxi home. I don't care what Becky says. Hello, Francesca. Thanks for showing your face at the wedding today. Did you leave yet?
Yes. I'm on my way to a place that specializes in dress cleaning. Hopefully I can get there soon enough for it not to stain.
Oh, don't be silly, dear. It was just a splash of beer. You're such a drama queen.
A splash of beer? You poured an entire keg over me on purpose. Right in the middle of your own daughter's wedding! There's no justification for what you just did. You're horrible.
There we go with the over-exaggerations again. It wasn't on purpose, dear. I just slipped is all. Actually, I think I might have gasped in shock when I saw that cheap piece of crap dress you were wearing and spilled some beer on you by mistake. But you know what? It serves you right. I made it crystal clear. You were to rent the most expensive dress you could. This is what you get for ignoring me and showing up in peasant wear. You broke your promise.
I didn't rent it.
Oh? You mean you actually paid for that thing? So that's why you're running around like a headless chicken, trying to get it cleaned. How's your dress looking, dear? It's obviously cheap garbage. Why not throw it in the trash where it belongs?
Wrong. You told me to come looking the part, so I went the extra mile and did just that.
You looked the part in that thing, did you? Oh, the delusion! Now I've heard it all! Go on then, tell me, how much did it cost? 100? Oopsie, my mistake. I forgot that $100 dress would count as high class to you.
Gladys, I borrowed that dress from your mother-in-law. It's worth over $10,000.
Excuse me?
The reason I'm rushing around like a headless chicken trying to get it cleaned is because it's not mine. I borrowed it. I can never afford a dress like this.
My mother-in-law? You borrowed that dress from Iris?
Yes, exactly.
I see. Is it okay? It's not going to stain, is it?
Yeah, I think it'll be okay. I still told Iris though.
You did what? You fool! What have you done? What did you say?
I told her you poured a keg of beer over me.
No. I told you, Francesca. It was an accident. I didn't pour anything on you. I slipped. That's all.
It really didn't look like that to me.
You've got it all wrong. Tell her I made a mistake. Set her straight this instant.
No way. Sean saw you pour beer on me. There are a bunch of other witnesses too. There's nothing to set her straight on. That's exactly what you did.
Stop talking back to me and message her now. Tell her I slipped.
Why?
What do you mean, why? Because I'm your mother-in-law, and that means my word is law.
I'm not sure why you think that, but you couldn't be more wrong. Just because you're my mother-in-law doesn't mean I have to unquestioningly do everything you tell me to.
Yes, it damn well does, you insolent little toe rag. You should be more grateful to me. I let you marry my son despite the fact you were raised in poverty by a single mother.
That's funny. I seem to recall you telling me you don't acknowledge me as Sean's wife almost every day.
You still got married, didn't you? That means I allowed it.
You know, this whole situation used to bother me, but I'm at peace with it now. Whether you acknowledge me or not makes no difference. I'm done stressing myself out trying to achieve the impossible.
You don't get to decide to stop trying to win my approval, Missy. Anyway, forget that. Hurry up and message Iris. Tell her I didn't do it on purpose. I'll make my son divorce you if you don't. Francesca, are you there? There's something I'd like to discuss with you, if that's all right with you. Is now a good time?
Sure, what is it? What do you want?
I want to apologize for what happened with your dress at the wedding. I thought I may have slipped by mistake. The fact remains that you got beer on your dress due to my carelessness. I was in the wrong, and I'm sorry.
I see.
So, do you think you could maybe find it in your heart to forgive me? I feel awful.
I accept your apology. But this isn't a matter of me forgiving you or not forgiving you.
Huh? Why not? I don't understand.
You pouring a keg of beer on me at the wedding was just one instance of bullying and an endless harassment campaign against me.
An endless harassment campaign? I'm not sure Other than the dress incident, nothing comes to mind. I don't remember doing anything else to you.
Of course you don't. No one likes to think of themselves as a bully. I'm sure you don't remember any of it. But I remember everything.
Are you talking about me not acknowledging you as my son's wife?
Oh, look! So you do remember. You justified it all to yourself because I was raised in a low-income single mother household. Or because you don't like my face. You called me every name under the sun. You victimized and insulted me at every possible opportunity. Are you saying you don't remember any of that? Even if you do feel that way about me, some things are better off left unsaid. But you took the pleasure in hurting me, so you went out of your way to make sure I knew exactly how you felt.
Francesca, dear, I never meant to hurt you. It's just that I've always had strong conceptions of how the ideal wife should be. I suppose there's a chance I let a few things slip that I shouldn't have when I thought you were meeting the standard. But That's all, I swear.
Did me being raised by a single mother, or not, being as beautiful as this perfect daughter-in-law had in your head, cause you problems somehow?
Well, it's not that you caused me problems per se.
So it is fair to say you treat me like crap for the sole reason that you don't like me? Because that's what it sounds like.
I'm so sorry if I felt like I was treating you that way, sweetie. I promise that was never my intention. I'm just a straight talker, that's all. I'm like that with everyone. It's nothing personal. I never tried to hurt you on purpose, not once.
Really? It's funny. You say you're like this with everyone, but you're always super polite and reserved when your mother-in-law's around. Like butter wouldn't melt. It's almost like you're a different person, despite the fact you speak about her with nothing but malice and contempt behind her back. Old hag this, decrepit old that. It seems pretty obvious to me that you're not so straight talking with everyone, and you know full well who you can get away with treating like crap and who you can't.
Wait, did you tell Iris I said those things? Is that why she cut my money off all of a sudden?
Nope. You really think I could tell her something so horrible? Don't get me wrong, I think she has a right to know, but she'd be so crushed I could never bring myself to do it. Wait a sec. Are you apologizing to me because Iris cut your money off?
Oh dear, it's not like that, I swear. I'm apologizing because I feel truly awful about everything I've done, Francesca. I'll never utter a negative word about anyone from now on. Can we just all get along?
You make me sick. You wanted nothing to do with your mother-in-law until now. You spoke about her with hatred and contempt and forced what should have been your duties to take care to her onto me. Now she cuts your money off and you're suddenly nice as pie. Whether you apologize to me or not makes no difference to how she feels about you.
Why not?
Because she knows what you really think about her.
Huh?
She might not know what you say about her behind her back, but she told me she's had a feeling you hate her for a long time now. Think about it. She's been giving you money every month for years now. In spite of that, you literally never visit her, and you keep contact to an absolute bare minimum. Don't you think that's a little messed up?
How could it be messed up? You're my oldest son's wife. Looking after my mother-in-law is your duty. I'm hardly a spring chicken anymore, dear, and looking after her isn't light work. It makes far more sense that someone young and sprightly like yourself do it.
You were sprightly enough to go on holidays and to concerts with the money she gave you.
Fine, you win, okay? I'm the bad guy. Please, will you stop attacking me now? I won't be able to get by without that money from my mother-in-law. My husband's not around anymore, and his inheritance is all but gone.
I heard he left you a lot of money. The fact it's almost gone can only mean you wasted it all on frivolous crap.
Francesca, please, I'm sorry for everything. I accept I'm in the wrong. There's no excuse for treating you the way I have. I'm sorry I was so mean to you. I'll never do it again, I swear. I apologize from the bottom of my heart. I'll even start looking after Iris again. Please, will you talk to her for me? She'll listen to you, dear. Will you make her see sense?
But she has seen sense, Gladys. That's why she cut off your money. As for me, I want nothing more to do with you. Sean and Becky told me they're happy for me, never to speak to you again, too. I'm done putting up with your crap and doing everything you tell me.
Don't be silly, dear. How is never speaking to me again going to work? Are you just going to blank me at every birthday and Christmas? What about weddings and funerals? Let's be mature adults about this.
I'm cutting off all ties with you. And not just me either. Sean and Becky said they want as little to do with you as possible from now on.
What? My own children? No, this can't be happening.
They both warned you countless times to stop bullying me. But you ignored them every time. It went in one ear and out the other. They're at their wits' end with you, Gladys. You left them with no choice but to cut you out of their lives. Sean saw you pour that keg of beer over me at the wedding with his own eyes, and he said he'll never forgive you as long as he lives.
Oh, this again! I apologized for that! Speak to him for me, please! I'm telling you, I'm sorry here.
We're way past apologies now. You bullied, victimized, and harassed me ever since me and Sean got married. Whenever I came to visit, you made sure everyone else got to eat delicious, warm, freshly cooked food, while I got a cold plate of leftovers. I remember you even put trash on my plate once. You insulted and belittled me to no end whenever we talked over text. You even treated your own mother-in-law with contempt.
I'm so sorry. You're right, I crossed the line. But I see the error of my ways. Please, darling, I'm begging you. Won't you have a word with everyone and convince them to give me another chance? You're the only one who can help me now. I'll acknowledge you as my son's wife and a part of this family. I'll never be mean to you or anyone else again.
Like I said, too little, too late. Whether you acknowledge me or not makes no difference. Even if you told Sean to divorce me, he wouldn't listen to you. I realized a long time ago, I don't need the approval of the likes of you.
No. How am I supposed to get by on my own? You have no idea how much I needed that money for my mother-in-law. My pension and what's left of my husband's inheritance aren't just going to cut it. I'm begging you, please give me one last chance. At the very least, please convince Iris to forgive me.
If you're well enough to do things like go on expensive holidays and bully me, you're well enough to work. I advise you put that energy of yours to more productive use from now on by getting a job. I no longer acknowledge you as my family, so I'd appreciate if you stop thinking me as your daughter-in-law. Gladys messaged me countless times with groveling apologies after that. But she was annoying me, so I blocked her. I hope I never see her again for as long as I live. Sean and Becky told me they got a bunch of groveling messages begging them for money when she realized her mother-in-law was cutting off the financial support she'd been sending every month. But needless to say, being completely sick of their mother's disgraceful behavior, they both refused to give her a cent. I heard Gladys, begrudgingly, found part-time work after realizing it was a choice between either that or homelessness. But Becky told me she messages her every day complaining how hard it is, and lamenting the soul-crushing despair and loneliness of her new life, and her hatred towards herself for creating it. Of course, there was a time when I wanted nothing more than to win Gladys' approval. She is my husband's mom, after all. But that changed the moment I heard her talking about her aged mother-in-law like garbage. I accepted that sometimes there are people it's better not to have their approval of, and my life has been a whole lot easier ever since. My efforts to win her over were in vain and caused me nothing but stress. Cutting her out of my life was the best decision I ever made, and I don't regret it one bit. I had no idea what her life will look like from here on out. But no matter how bad things get, me and my husband have no intention of helping her. She brought this all on herself, and I think it could actually do her good to learn the hard way that actions have consequences. There wasn't anything in particular that I meant I had to carry on seeing her, so breaking things off was a piece of cake. It's amazing what a breeze life can be when it doesn't have toxic people in it. I feel blessed to be surrounded by my amazing, supportive family who genuinely want the best for me. Here's a shout out to my husband Sean, my sister-in-law Becky, and let's not forget Iris. They're the kindest people I've ever met. It's a miracle that someone like Gladys managed to raise such wonderful kids. I want to dedicate my life from here on out being there for all of them, now and forever, through thick and thin. That's my idea of happiness. I want our lives together to be full of smiles and laughter, overflowing with kindness and consideration, because love is what makes the world go around. Whatever you do, guys, don't be a Gladys.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.